Mix 1079. What's up, everyone? It's Andre Styles, and we are so excited for this week. It is our Mix Goes Pink full week. Now, we had to do it virtual this year, unfortunately, due to COVID-19. We're not able to be there at a venue with you in person with these live performances. But usually we do it just for one night or two nights. Now you get a full week of it since we are taking this virtual. And it's presented by Revision LASIK and Cataract Surgery and Donaldson Plastic Surgery this year. Plus, what it's all about is breast cancer awareness. That's why we are doing this. And our beneficiary for Mix Goes Pink is our friends, Pink Ribbon Girls. And with us, we have Wes Cummings, who is VP of Development with the Pink Ribbon Girls. Welcome, Wes.
Thanks so much for having me. And thank
you.
Choosing us again this year. This is going to be so fun. Again, virtual, but we're so excited because this is going to provide a lot of help to our clients.
Definitely. And we've had you guys a part of our Mix Goes Pink Week the past couple of years, and we're so glad you guys are a part of it again this year. Now, for those that might be unfamiliar with the Pink Ribbon Girls, why don't you tell everyone sort of about the organization and everything that you guys do?
Sure, absolutely. So Pink Ribbon Girls was established in the early 2000s, but then around 2012, we added services. So basically all we do, although, I say all we do, it's very important, but it's these simple services that people need when they're going through cancer. So we provide healthy meals that are delivered right to the client's doorstep. We provide rides to treatment. So unfortunately, when you're going through cancer, you have to be back and forth to appointments to the hospital, et cetera. So we have people that pick them up right in their driveway at their apartment, take them directly to their appointment. They wait for them, and then they bring them home. When we're not in COVID-19 times, we provide house cleaning, and then also peer support, which oftentimes peer support might not sound all that interesting, but it is so needed for these women going through this and for them to bond together, to hear the stories of what another are going through. So we basically provide all these services free to these clients, and really, especially right now during COVID, especially the healthy meals, it's so important for those to arrive at their doorstep.
Definitely. Now, how has 2020 been for you guys? How much of a difficulty or change has that been for the organization?
We are making the best out of it, but much like a lot of different industries, it's been tough because we do a lot of events. Usually the communities that we're a part of, which Pink Ribbon Girls is not only in Central Ohio, but we're also in Dayton, we're in Cincinnati in Ohio, and then we're in St. Louis in Missouri in the Bay Area and California. So of course, COVID unfortunately is everywhere. And these events, have been canceled or they've been postponed. But I will say our donors, our community, they're still finding ways to, put their arms around us, much like you all are doing for still doing Mix Goes Pink. So we have been very fortunate, but, our services are up. And our donations are down a little bit. And the reason being is, some people, maybe they've lost their job, maybe loved ones have in the past taken them to their treatment, whereas now they don't have those rides. So they really are utilizing our services, which we're so happy about because that's what we're here for. In the same token, we need to continue to, let people know about Pink Ribbon Girls and what we're trying to do.
Definitely. And people can go to pinkribbongirls.org to find out more details. They can donate there. We also have our page set up on the Mix website that people can check out, mymix1079.com/donate, if people just want to make donations directly to the Pink Ribbon Girls. And we do have the auction items up on the website now with all the proceeds going to the Pink Ribbon Girls. But you talked about some of the events, having to change them or not happening, but you guys are still doing some events. Might just be a little bit different than what you guys might be used to or your donors might be used to. But what type of events do you guys have coming up?
So one that we love in the Columbus area is Witches Night Out. And they kind of have taken the same approach that you all have for Mix Goes Pink. So it's really an online option this year, and we've designed a fun t-shirt that people can still, get their t-shirt, still remember the fun that they had with friends. Leeds Farm has been generous to do that in the past. And again, they felt the same way, like just because we can't do it in person, we still want people to remember Pink Ribbon Girls. So we have a few different options. Those are on our website, so they can check that out. We're also at Tanger Outlets right now, so they've been kind enough to really highlight us and really remind people about breast cancer awareness. That's really, the October theme. So one thing that I do want to mention is, it is really tough right now, and people, are still trying to figure out what's going on. We're all trying to figure that out. But those appointments that maybe people have missed, whether it's your yearly mammogram, or if something's not feeling right, we want to make sure that people are still getting to appointments, although not ideal. And some people don't feel super comfortable getting out. There's really, the doctor's offices, the hospitals have really good systems in place to keep people healthy, and there's protocols. So we want to make sure that people are still going in for that yearly mammogram, especially. Because if you wait, that can make a huge, huge difference. It's, a 15 to 25 minute appointment, but it could really save your life. So it's something that we want to make sure people are still doing.
Yes, any and all doctor's appointments, whatever it might be, are still super very important for people to keep and stay healthy out there. The donations that come to the Pink Ribbon Girls, whether it's a $10 donation, a $50, $100, talk about what that covers. So
Sure.
if someone were to donate $100, what does that equate to for the Pink Ribbon Girls?
Absolutely. Well, one thing I did want to mention is, especially in the Columbus area, we've discovered that about 26% of our clients are food insecure. So what that means is not only, are they battling cancer, but even before their cancer diagnosis, they didn't know where their next meal was coming from. So these donations are just so vital. So for example, to answer your question, a $10 donation, often people are like, oh, I feel like I need to give you hundreds or thousands of dollars, which we would gladly take. But a $10 donation, really, it provides one meal for a client. And the great thing about our services is we not only feed the client, but we also feed their family members. So, if someone's a family of 5, we send enough meals for 3 meals per week per family member. So, if it was a $50 donation, that would be 5 meals that would go to that family for the week, which is amazing. Also, a $25 donation is a one-way trip to treatment. $50 is a round trip. $100 would be a house cleaning or really feeding a family of 4 for a week. So every single donation counts. And then again, when you group it together with a generous community like we have that's listening and watching, those donations put together can do some pretty amazing things. And we've seen that, especially in this area, that people are so generous, and people right now are going through tough times, but people are like, even if, maybe in the past I've given 50, if I give 25 this year, that is so generous. And we understand everyone's going through some tough times, but every single gift definitely makes a difference.
It does. And like we said, people can go to mymix1079.com/donate or pinkribbongirls.org. Now, besides making a donation, are there other ways that people, if they want to be involved, can volunteer with the Pink Ribbon Girls?
Absolutely. So we had some volunteers out this weekend at Tanger Outlets. We have, I will venture a guess this week, someone will reach out and say, hey, I have this great event coming up. Would you all be interested? And so, we have a lot of really great volunteers, but we're always looking for more. So, there's different ways to get involved, even socially distant ways. So whether that's, writing letters of encouragement to some of our clients, helping at an event. Again, everybody's generosity could definitely be put to work. And there's information about our volunteers on our website as well.
And can it be a family that wants to volunteer with
Absolutely.
kids and youth being out there to helping out as well?
Absolutely. I personally, I have two sons. They're 5 and 10, and I drag them out to different events. And, it's really great because they also, they start to ask questions and they understand what it means to give back. And that sometimes, we get stuck in our own little worlds. And for them to understand that there's women and men, fighting breast cancer every day and what they have to go through, even for these little kiddos, it makes a big difference for them to be able to do something that's helpful. So it's really fun to see the families go out there. And a lot of our survivors, they understand the most as to what Pink Ribbon Girls does. And so it's really fun to see once they have, moved past the hard times, that they want to give back to us, and to see these women, these men, they just, they come out for us and they help us. And it's really seeing Pink Ribbon Girls come full circle. So that's really fun as well.
And I know last year when we had you guys out at our Mix Goes Pink Week at Urban Miners Pint House, one of the big things was the merchandise that you guys had with the shirts, the hats, bracelets. You guys even have face masks now. And you guys do have a store on the website if people want to be able to purchase that.
We do. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I forgot. But no, that is something that honestly, for each item that someone, purchases, we put that money directly into our programming. So again, those rides, the meals, the house cleaning, and also peer support. So oftentimes, we'll do something to just get our survivors together. We've unfortunately had to do a lot of virtual events. In the same token, we've been able to meet a little bit more, which has been really advantageous for our survivors, especially right now during the current landscape. But, there's different events that they go to, and like a $15 donation would pay for a survivor to participate in that. So that's really awesome too. The merchandise, it's really fun. There's a lot of different items, I think we just got in some new winter hats, some awesome shirts, sweatshirts. It's going into fall. So there's a lot of great stuff. And again, buying something so you get something fun and, you're giving back to our programs, which is fun.
Yes, definitely. Well, Wes, we thank you so much for being part of our Mix Goes Pink Week again, and everything that the Pink Ribbon Girls do, not only here in Central Ohio, but all around the state of Ohio, in Missouri, out in California as well. We know it's been a difficult year, but like you said, you guys have sort of been kept powering through it, and everybody's been finding ways to still help out, to volunteer, to donate, and everyone can still go to pinkribbongirls.org to make a donation, to buy some of the merchandise, to volunteer, check out the events that are coming up. There is so much. And we know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but Pink Ribbon Girls do not just operate for the month of October. This is a year-round organization out there helping those that are battling this horrible disease and helping out with them and their families. And we thank you guys for all that you are doing.
Yes, thank you so much. And to your point, we serve breast and gynecological cancer clients. So September was Gynecological Cancer Month, and we're going to keep going. We haven't stopped through COVID, so we've never stopped our meals. We've never stopped our rides. So we're going to keep pushing, and it's due to the generosity of people like you all and Mix, standing behind us once again. So we really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys, and we can't wait to see what 2021 brings for you guys as well. So, Wes, we appreciate it, and we are looking forward to this week of performances that we have coming up as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Wes. That is Wes Cummings, the Pink Ribbon Girls VP of Development. And like we said, you guys can go to mymix1079.com/donate if you want to donate directly to the Pink Ribbon Girls, or you can go to pinkribbongirls.org. Also, we just briefly touched on it. We have tons of great auction items online. Private, exclusive experiences with Leslie Odom Jr., you one-on-one with him virtually, him performing for you, a signed Louis Capaldi guitar, so much other stuff that you guys can bid on, with all the proceeds going to the Pink Ribbon Girls. So we're just starting this week. We've got Michael Franti getting ready to kick things off with us from Bali. He's going to be joining us here in a second, but I believe we've got our friends from Chambord who are going to be mixing up some drinks with us. But don't forget, mymix1079.com/donate to help out. All right, guys, it's Andre Styles, and I know we've got a lot of great performances coming up with our Mix Goes Pink week, and we're going to kick things off here with Michael Franti coming up. But we couldn't do concerts and musical performances and celebrate Mix Goes Pink without a drink. And with us, we've got Pete, Ambassador to Brown-Forman. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. A pleasure. Thank you for having us.
So, very interesting bottle right here. Chambord. Correct?
Raspberry liqueur. This dates back to the 1700s. Rumor has it King Louis used to drink this. It is delicious. This goes with everything. I've done this on top of ice cream, mixed it with lemonade. If you have it, I've tried it with Chambord.
And you can get this anywhere, correct?
Absolutely. This is everywhere. And you'll find this in every back bar. Every bar in the world has this. I've seen people mix this with weeded beers even. Wow. It's delicious.
So it goes with pretty much anything and everything.
Everything.
So to get things started, we're going to mix up a drink here. Pete's going to mix up a drink before we get into our interview with Michael Franti. So what are you going to do for us to start things off?
We are making the Kir Royale. This is just a delicious drink. It's a great way to celebrate, a great way to toast in any situation, all occasions. And again, it's real easy to make. To make this drink, all we're doing is we're taking our Chambord. You take a ½ ounce. And that's where we're getting our pink here. There we go, that delicious liqueur. Then we're taking Corbel. Corbel, it's a champagne-style sparkling wine out of California. We top that off. We're going to fill that all the way up to the top. Obviously, you want to take a slow pour, otherwise
you don't want it to bubble all
We're
over.
going to be cleaning. There we go. And then we finish off with an orange rind. I like to go once around the outside. That brings out just those bright citrus notes. And that's your Kir Royale. It's that easy.
Probably the hardest thing to do is to do the orange rind.
That was definitely the hardest part.
Twirl that, right?
I'm not a complicated man. I like to get to my drink.
All right, there's your first drink to get this whole Mix Goes Pink week started. And we're going to have another one as well. Why not? Do a second one. But we've got Michael Franti coming up all the way from Bali joining us for Mix Goes Pink. Michael Franti joining us all the way from Bali.
Yeah, how you doing, Andre?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been a transition after playing music on the road for so many years, doing everything virtually now. And every time I get online, there's a different setting that it seems that there's one button that I have to hit. But today it was actually, I had to go get an old school actual mic and set it up.
But you've sort of been rolling with the punches with the technology. I mean, you guys have been doing some live stream virtual concerts right there from your guys' hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said, it's a lot different than it's been for, the 30 plus years where you've been doing music.
Yeah.
And on the road now, but you guys have sort of, got up to speed and been doing stuff on your own.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of what we've been doing online. We, when the pandemic started, everybody started quarantining. I immediately said, this can't stop us from connecting with our fans, and we've got to figure out ways that we can do concerts that really feel like close to the live experience. So what we did is we started doing these live streams, but we invited the fans to go into a Zoom room so we can get their cameras and put it on screen with me. So if you imagine, just like looking at the screen, there's cameras all around here. And then the fans can see themselves. I can see them and their reaction to the songs. And the fans have really taken it to heart. They have started to create like whole scenes in their house. So they set up all these decorations and they get their merch on. Some fans even have ticket booths and merch tables in their house. Some people do it in their backyard and they invite all their neighbors and they set up a big screen in the back of their house. So it's been really fun. And other artists are like, how are you doing this? Like, doesn't it feel weird to just be doing something online? I said, well, it's kind of like if you think of like basketball and volleyball, like they're ball sports, they're kind of the same, but they're totally different. And if you're playing basketball by the rules of volleyball, you'll forever be frustrated. But if you just think of it like, oh, all I got to do is just look into this little camera, sing my song, and say hello to people, then it gets pretty easy.
That's pretty cool. I love that people are sort of doing the group gathering, but it's social distancing in the backyard with their family and friends and getting a live concert back there by you. And I know you've got 2 more coming up, one on October 30th and one on November 21st. So people can always get all the details. They can go to michaelfranti.com to check out the details about that, those 2 shows, and looking forward to that. Now, we talked about you are in Bali right now. You've got a place in San Francisco, but you have been in Bali the whole time this quarantine has been going on, because you actually have a yoga hotel retreat there. And you were there, and then everything shut down.
Exactly. So we were here to lead one of our soul rocker music and yoga retreats. So it's like yoga in the morning and music at night. And it was at the end of February, and then we had 2 weeks that we were just hanging out in March, and I was just working out and getting in shape to go out on tour. And then the tour got postponed a month, so I was like, oh, we'll just stay here. And I remember back then, I was like, oh man, the tour's postponed for 30 days. What are we gonna do? You know? And then 2 weeks later, the airport shut down here, and it's been shut down ever since. So there's no flights going in and out. So technically we're stranded on a, tropical island. But it's been a time that, as all of us have been going through, just like this time of questioning of like, how am I showing up for my life, for the life of my family, my health, the health of our community, our planet, our country. And it's actually been a really, as for everybody, a super challenging emotional time, but it's been great to just be able to spend time. I have a 2-year-old son, and just seeing him playing with frogs and sticks and being in the mud has been the best part of this whole quarantine.
And I mean, with him being 2 years old, that's the perfect age, because at that age, he really doesn't know what is going on out there. He's in his own world right now and just having fun, which is great for that age, and for you guys as well, to have him there with you while you're sort of on the island during this time. Yeah,
well, he went from being on a tour bus for the first year of his life to being locked in a house in isolation the second year of his life. So he's all scrambled as to what reality is, But it's really fun to be a dad and to be involved with music and seeing his musicality just come out through him. I don't expect for him to become a musician and per se, unless it's really what he wants to do. But just to see him in the studio with me, and I'll be making a new song, and I'll see like he starts moving to it and reacting to it, and I go, oh, that probably is a pretty decent song if it's hitting him that way. So he's kind of like the first line of testing. If it doesn't pass my 2-year-old, it doesn't go any further than that.
If he pays no attention to it, you're like, oh, we'll scrap that song. We won't even continue working on that one right there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, your son is 2 years old, and you are 54, which you don't look a day over, 30. You look amazing. You look great. And has that with having a son at such a little bit of an older age, and I know you have older kids, but did that sort of rejuvenate you, your soul?
Totally. It totally rejuvenated my soul. And it also made me think like, I got to be around for this guy. So I got to stay in shape. And last year, I really started focusing on just breaking old habits. I would on tour, I was just not really focused on what I was eating. I would skip days of working out. But last year I decided to get in the best shape of my life. And since a year ago, June, so 15 months, I lost 30 pounds, and I got my heart rate down into the low 50s, my resting heart rate. And I feel really great. And I train every day. And it's been just really great to feel, like you said, having a young kid just kind of like makes you think, how can I hit the reset button And I feel that way in all aspects of my life, except I feel like now I have the wisdom to know, like you don't get up in the morning and eat a giant bowl of M&Ms and expect to make it through your whole day,
And I know you talked about getting into shape and sort of, not dieting, but changing up what you ate and everything else.
Yeah.
And you sort of took the first step with that by a fan that reached out to you and sort of offered her services to you. And that speaks to the relationship that you have with your fans, where they could sit here and not be too pushy or pressy to say something, but then you can sit there and put that trust in them to say, you know what, 6 months, I'll work with you. We'll do this.
Yeah. Yeah. This woman named Christina Farias, she had come to see a show of mine in Hawaii. She reached out the next day via Instagram, was like, hey, I think I could help you. And I was like, what are you saying? I'm not in good shape, And I really pride myself on being able to move around on stage. I run all through the audience at my shows. It's a really physically demanding thing for me. But she was just like, look, how are you feeling? And when I got on the phone with her and talked to her, I was like, I'm feeling kind of crappy a lot of the times. Like I'm waking up, I feel groggy, I'm having a hard time sleeping at night. I feel dehydrated and dry mouth all the time. And she was like, well, look, we can work on these things. And it's not going to happen overnight. Here's one thing I've learned about it is like every one of us wakes up and we look in the mirror. And then whatever we see in the mirror, we try to immediately fix. And some of the things you can fix, like, oh, the hair's out of place, I'll move it over there. Or,
I have that problem all the time.
I got to sit, I'm going to pop, whatever, we try to immediately fix it. But when it comes to our body, we start trying to like suck it in or push it out or lean, and you can't fix it that fast. You have to change your habits. And habits are things that we build up over years or decades. And so they take time to change them. And what I learned is it really takes about 6 weeks to change a habit. So for me, my biggest issues were sugar. I was like, I would be so run down and so tired on the road. It's like I'd walk through the dressing room and there's that bowl of M&Ms. And I'm just like, I'll just have one. Yeah. Here goes one. And then like within 15 minutes, it was like Cookie Monster just devoured, came into my body and it devoured the whole bowl, And so, so beating the sugar thing. And also I was into Diet Coke. And this is like, I'm someone who prides myself in eating well. And I was still doing all this stuff. And so I really learned to change some of those habits. And then the biggest one for me has been sleep. Learning to sleep better and not wake up in the middle of the night and go to this thing right here, and also shutting it off before I get into bed. So I'm not in bed with the phone on, and just changing those habits. And it all starts to add up.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So let's talk about the music. 'Cause we've, you've been in Bali it's been about what, 6-7 months now.
Almost 7 months. Yeah.
And you said you were getting ready to go out on tour, and you had the new album that was coming out, Work Hard and Be Nice. Had you planned to release the album in June before the quarantine started?
Yeah. So we had already planned on the record release day. And I remember back in January, I called my manager and I was like, have you heard about this coronavirus thing? It sounds like it's pretty wicked. It had already started hitting in Italy and Iran and a few other places around the world. And I was like, yo, if this thing hits America, we're not going to tour. And so what do you think about putting the record out? And they were like, well, let's just go ahead with the plan. So I really feel like this record speaks a lot to what's happening in the world right now. Doesn't directly talk about pandemic or directly speak to social issues, but it talks about how we as individuals, as communities, as families get through challenging times. And that's what the record is all about. And the title comes from a t-shirt that I had designed last summer for our tour. And I passed it out to our crew and I said, I want the motto of our tour be work hard and be nice. And I want it to, that's what I want us to embody as we're all on the road. There's 30 of us on the tour, between the band and all the crew. And fans started to see it and they were like, yeah, I like that shirt. Can you get it to the merch table? And so we started putting it out at the merch table, and it became the #1 selling shirt on the tour. And so I was like, I better write a song about this. And I wrote a song about it, and it came out really good. And so I decided to name the album that. But those are two virtues that I feel with everything that's going on in the world today, no matter how it is or whatever the social or political or issue it is that we're facing, working hard and being nice to other people are super, super important. And we've seen those two values really, kind of get pushed to the side lately. And they're things that I feel are really important, no matter what your walk of life, no matter what your political party or what your gender, your experience is. Working hard and being nice are two things that will help your life and help make the world a better place.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, that's just not an album title. That's a phrase for life, that people need to be preaching and saying and thinking. Did you have to rework, or did you do any new songs before June, especially when COVID-19 and the whole coronavirus quarantine started? Did you go, you know what, guys, let's change this song up, or I just wrote this regarding everything to put a little bit more positive feel out there for everyone?
Not really. In fact, none. We didn't change anything on the record because the record was already ready to go. But as I mentioned before, the songs are all about like, how do I get through this really crazy and challenging time and still keep my optimism and my positivity. And I believe that optimism is something that helps us to see a future that is brighter than the one that we're living in. And without it, we develop this like defeatist attitude before we even approach something. And that's not to say that like we have, sort of just random blind optimism. Like, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to play LeBron James one-on-one. I'm going to kick his ass. Like that would be kind of, but saying like, hey, if I go out and play with LeBron James, I'm sure I could learn something. Maybe that's the kind of optimism that I ascribe to. It's like, it's not naivete. It's like based on reality, and here's the reality of what the world is, and here's ways that we can slowly make a difference, and if we stick to it, we'll get there. And that's the kind of messaging that's really in this record. And it's about friends, it's about family, it's about the people that we love in our life, and it's about showing up.
It is. I think it's an anthem. The whole album is for 2020, and especially the first single, I Got You. I mean, just to have that come out, anytime that song comes on, the hairs stand up. You sort of put that smirk comes onto your face, and you get those good thoughts, those good feelings that come to you when you hear that song. Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because that's what my wife almost verbatim said the first time she heard it. She was
texted me saying that.
She said, let's make the hair come up on my skin, and I feel those vibes from it. And that song is all about how we have those people in our life that just turn to us when we're in our challenging moments and just say, yo, I got you. I'm here for you no matter what we go through, all the highs and the lows. And if we get there, and if we go through it, we can learn to love deeper and fly higher, and that's really what I feel the world is longing for right now. It's just that sense that we're not alone, and that's why people turn to social media so much, for better or for worse. It's like we want that acknowledgement that, oh man, I posted this picture and somebody else agreed with me, or I posted this meme and somebody said, yeah, I'm down with you. And that's really what the message of the song is that, for us to reach out to other people and let them know that we're in this together.
Yes. And you talked about social media. Everybody can follow you at Michael Franti on Instagram and Twitter. And you're wearing the hat right there, Stay Human, which you put out the film, Stay Human, which is out. People can check that out. But you also have the podcast, the Stay Human podcast, which people can check out on social media and follow. And you have different guests on the podcast with you as well.
Yeah. So I made this film called Stay Human, and it's all about my battle between cynicism and optimism. And some days I wake up and I go, man, this world is such a age show that I get down, I get bummed out like anybody else. But then I meet people as I travel around the world who are just ordinary people doing extraordinary things to make a difference in the lives of others. And I'm reminded, like, wow, man, there's still good in the world. There's still people out there who are willing to take incredible risks and go to great lengths just to help somebody else out. And so the thing that I learned making the film was that there's no one that you wouldn't love if you knew their story. There's no one that you wouldn't love if you knew their story. So when I do my podcast, I interview musicians, I interview people that I find interesting, that are just doing cool stuff and to help other people. But rather than just talk about what they do, I talk about who they are and where they came from and how is it that they got to be the person that they came to be. And it's really fascinating to hear, musicians and the stories that they tell of, what was going through my head when I was in grade school and getting into being an adolescent and going through high school. And then the first time I picked up a guitar, like how it all led up to that moment of me writing this certain song. And you get those backstories behind people. And like I said, you can't help but love them.
Yeah, it's so fun to hear those. All right, before we step away, I know you're in Bali right now, but are you able to check out the 49ers games?
I checked out this last one, the victory, the 31-13 victory. The first game of the season, I was really, really bummed out about, and I was also bummed out because our quarterback and our best defensive player went down in this last game. So I try to follow it. It's exactly the opposite time here. So like for me, if it's 10:30 in the morning and the game's on, that means it's 10:30 at night for me.
Yeah.
But the games are usually around 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm not getting up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock to watch it. So my one of the people that works with me back in the States is a super huge 49ers fan, as much as I have been my whole life. And so he'll be texting me in the middle of the night, and I'll be like, bzz, the phone's buzzing. Bzz, bzz. And I'm like, I want to reach it. And I finally just turned my buzzer off on game days. I'm like, I got to turn this thing off because I don't want to know.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to check out a game here soon, live in person, or whether it's watching it, not getting the text in the middle of the night there.
Yeah.
But Michael, we thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait for your performance, part of our Mix Goes Pink virtual series. Best of luck to you and your family. Hopefully you guys are able to get back here sometime soon to the States. And hopefully we'll be able to get you on the road soon so everybody can hear the whole album live. But man, we love you. Thank you for all that you're doing. Stay positive as you always do, and help us be positive as well.
Thank you. I also want to just mention one last thing. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the Mix 1079 Goes Pink concert. And, my mother-in-law had breast cancer, and it was something that we found really affected the entire family. When somebody is sick, everyone in the family has to make it part of their daily life to do something to either make that person feel better or keep them up with their appointments, make sure they're getting their medicines, make sure they're just there to be that shoulder to lean on at times. And so I just want to give a big shout out to everybody in the community who has been supporting, and both the event as well as their family members, because all of us at this point know somebody who is going through cancer.
Great words, and that's why we do this, and we've done it the past couple of years. It's a great way to sort of bring light, and not only bring light, but to honor those who have fought breast cancer, who have beaten breast cancer, who are dealing with it, and a great way to give back. But Michael, thank you so much. We cannot wait to see your performance.
Right on.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Michael Franti, one of our Mix Goes Pink virtual artists, and we've got his performance going to be coming up sometime here, just very soon. But don't forget, as he talked about, this is our Mix Goes Pink virtual event, and it does benefit the Pink Ribbon Girls. It's brought to you by and presented by Revision LASIK and Cataract Surgery. And if you're unaware of the Pink Ribbon Girls, like Michael was talking about, they actually do a lot of stuff. If you don't have the family close by, if you don't have the resources, the Pink Ribbon Girls are that resource to give those that are dealing with breast cancer rides to their appointments, to pick up groceries, to cook, to house clean, all of that and more. And they do this free of charge for those who are battling the disease. So if you guys want to, you see it scrolling right down here on the screen, mymix1079.com/donate. You can donate to the Pink Ribbon Girls. There's a link there. Also, we have some great items online that you guys can bid on. Whether it's autographed artist items, we have some really cool experience items that you guys can bid on, and all those proceeds are going to be going to the Pink Ribbon Girls. So Michael's going to be joining us here in a second, jumping back on to do his performance. We cannot wait to see that. All right, big thanks to Michael Franti. He just stepped off from the interview. He's going to get ready to do a couple songs for us. But if you tuned in at the beginning, Pete, ambassador for Brown-Forman, mixed up a great drink for us. And as you can see, it's gone. It's, you know, it's done. But since we've got Michael Franti's performance coming up, we thought we need another drink to go with the music, right?
Need more.
And I know we've got Chambord here,
Yes.
which is going to be going. It was in our first drink and going to be in our second drink as well. And you were telling me, you know, it mixed great with a lot of different things. You can take it straight, but it is a little sweet.
Absolutely. It is a liqueur, so that means that there's at least 30% sugars to it. So it will be a little thicker than most liquors. But that pairing, again, it's intended for pairing. If you're going to drink it after dinner, maybe as a dessert, like you would a port, just put it in a small glass and take sips of it.
And you even said you poured over the cheesecake to get it some nice, good flavor. Just don't have the kids eat that cheesecake.
No.
Yeah. All right, so what's the second drink?
Second drink we're going to turn it up a little. We're going to make a French Manhattan.
Oh, nice.
So this is, again, another easy drink. All we're doing is we're replacing the vermouth in a Manhattan with the Chambord.
Okay.
The classic drinks are always sweet, spicy, and bitter. So to make this, we're going to start off, we're taking Woodford Reserve, the only triple distilled bourbon that's in the market. It has 18% rye, so it's got spice to it. We're going to balance that all out here. So I'm going to take my jigger. We're going to add 2.5 ounces of Woodford.
Now, is that the official name, Jigger? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
this is a jigger. The big thing with me is you'll find out that bartenders, mixologists, making drinks is like baking. You want to have precise measurements. That way you know that you have consistent drinks, right? So you want to go into a bar, you get a French Manhattan, you want it to taste the same now as it does last week, next week, etc. So
Not just a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
no.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to get that balance. You're going to sour your belly, and nobody wants that. Then we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of the Chambord. Again, that's our raspberry liqueur. Just delicious, goes well with everything. And then we want a little bit of bitter. I'm using the Woodford Reserve orange bitters.
Okay.
Right.
Now, can you get those anywhere as well?
These, if you go online to the Woodford website, you can order these.
Okay.
And all bitters is a bittering agent. It's a high proof liquor with a bittering agent. I've seen dandelion green bitters, I've seen celery bitters, mole bitters, it's all there. We're using orange because, as we learned with the Kir Royale, those citrus notes just really brighten it up. I'm going to add a few drops to our drink. I will add some ice to our glass. We want that to chill. And then I'm going to add extra ice to our mixing glass. Now, we are stirring this. This is whiskey. You do not want to shake this. You're going to dilute it too much. Stirring is intended for dark liquors, and then you want to shake if it's citrus. So that's your basic gist of it. We're going to stir this up nicely. essentially, I'm going to stir this until we see condensation and frost on the outside, which we have. We'll take our strainer. I'm going to dump my ice, and we will add the drink to our chilled glass.
Now, if someone's doing this at home, obviously they can throw the glass into the freezer just for a little bit, correct? Or would you rather them just put the ice into the glass?
Sure, if you have the time, absolutely. Put it in the freezer, chill them just like you would a beer glass, anything like that. Real easy to put the ice into the glass and chill it that way. Either way, it's all preference. That's a beautiful thing. There's proper ways to create a balanced drink, but you're the one drinking it.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters. We're ending this with a cherry. I chose the Luxardos. These are really the best of the best.
Cherry on top.
And a cherry on top. And there you go, your French Manhattan.
There you are, another drink you guys can mix up. We've got the performance from Michael Franti coming up. Pete, thank you so much. Make sure you guys go pick up all of the products, Chambord. You'll be able to do all these recipes at home. And big thank you for wearing the pink bow tie and suspenders and rocking it for Mix-Go's Pink Week.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, guys, we got Michael Franti coming up now with his performance.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me here, Michael Franti. I'm super pumped to be here with y'all for Mix 1079's Mix Goes Pink concert. I wish we could be there together in person to rock out and just high five each other and sweat all over each other and do all those things that we're used to doing when we're at a normal concert. But alas, just because we have to be physically distant doesn't mean that we got to be emotionally or spiritually or musically disconnected. We can still be super connected in that way, and that is why we are here today in benefit of the Pink Ribbon Girls to battle breast cancer. There are so many things that are out there right now, and with all the things that we see raging in the world, it is more important than ever that we come together to make a difference. So one of the ways you can do that right now is you can go to mymix1079.com and make a donation, /donate. Mymix107. Let me start over again. mymix1079.com/donate. And you can make a donation right there. And there's some incredible prizes and things that you can bid on there as well. All proceeds will be going to the Pink Ribbon Girls. So all that being said, my music has always been about how we get through challenging times and how we do it together. And this is a song that's about how we get through it and be close to one another. And it goes like this. I got a feeling deep within my soul, and right now I really need to let you know that each time I've fallen down inside that hole, you came and showed me there's a way to go. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Ooh, baby, let's go on a journey. Sell the house and give away the money, yo. At first glance, it might sound funny, but give me a chance, cause we could do anything. I wanna take you on a motorcycle ride through the sugar cane in the countryside. We could take a bullet train to the other side, you and me side by side. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. Baby, I got you, yeah. And it's lovely. Take me, I'm yours, and swing me all across the floor. Shake me down until the sun comes back around. And even when I'm gone, I'll turn our love into a song, and I will sing it on back to you as I come home. So we can love deeper, fly higher, see clearer, burn brighter, feel more than we ever did before. Yeah, we can swim oceans, climb mountains, dance like nobody's watching, live life like we never did before. And through the highs and lows, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. We got each other, y'all, you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you. We got each other, y'all. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. Come on, come on. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah, baby, I got you, yeah. And you got me, yeah. How you feeling, y'all? Man, it feels good to be playing music. And I gotta say, it's been a challenging year for all of us with everything that's happened. We were supposed to be out on tour this year. We had 175 shows get canceled. But this one right here is happening, so I'm super stoked to be here, y'all! And this right here is a song that's about how, you know, we go through life, we travel in the places that we do. Maybe it's around the world, maybe it's just in our own neighborhood. But every day we learn new things about the world, and we learn new things about ourselves and about each other. And it's like the more we see, sometimes the less we realize that we actually know. But there's one thing that I know for sure, which is that I love you. And I love the people in my life that I care about the most. I love our community, I love our country, I love our planet. And especially right now, it's important that we love on those who aren't doing the best physically. And breast cancer is something that has touched my life. My mother-in-law had an extended battle with breast cancer, and she's made it through thanks to the efforts of so many people out there, doctors and nurses and scientists and test workers and all kinds of other people, and her family. And so that's what this song is about right here, is understanding that sometimes there's things that are out there that are difficult to comprehend, but there's one thing that I know for sure, and that's that I love you. And it's the first song in 22 years of making music. It took me that long to get my first song on the radio. So if you know it, I want you to sing along. It goes like this. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Put your hands together. 1, 2, 3, come on. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. Baby girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. I've been a lot of places all around the way. I've seen a lot of joy and I've seen a lot of pain, but I don't want to write a love song for the world. I just want to write a song about a boy and a girl. Chungy's on the corner, always calling my name, and the kids on the corner playing ghetto games. When I saw you getting down, girl, I hope it was you. When I look into your eyes, I knew it was true. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. Baby girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. Now I'm not a highly metaphysical man, but I know when the stars align you can bump into a person in the middle of the road, look into their eyes and you suddenly know. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you, dancing in the night out in the middle of June. Yes, my mama told me don't lose you, cause the best luck I had was you. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Put your hands up high, y'all. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you. And mama, close to you. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you. Hey papa, kick off your shoes. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you. Hey mama, close to you. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you. Hey mama, 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 hey mama. My mama told me don't lose you, 'cause the best luck I had was you. And I know, Columbus, that I love you. 1, 2, 3, come on. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see. Let me hear you sing it. Say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back coming around the way. It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you, baby girl. I love you, I love you, I love you. It's true, I love you, I love you, I love you. I got one last tune for you guys. Just a gentle reminder one last time to go to mymix1079.com and to donate. And all proceeds will be going to the Pink Ribbon Girls. And this last song is a song that I want to dedicate to whoever it is that is with you living through these crazy times right now. I want you to put your arms around him, give him a big hug, give him a big kiss, and let's rock out together for this final tune. And it goes like this. This is how we live. My, got me feeling so high. Throw your hands up, let me know that you're alright. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live it. This is how we live it. If you're looking for the problems in this world, you're gonna find them. All you gotta do is look out the door. But if you're looking for that good stuff, it's already up inside you. All you gotta do is just let it show. And oh, I see your soul. Oh, just let it go. If you just be yourself, don't worry about nobody else. Show me what's inside of your soul. So come on. This is how we live in my, got me feeling so high. Throw your hands up, let me know that you're alright. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live it, dive into the deep end. We don't need a reason, jumping right into the weekend. And oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live it. This is how we live it. Check out my stilo, I'm never solo. Partying is better when we got a lot of people. So check your ego, we all about the rainbow. Show me what's inside of your soul. So come on. This is how we live in my, got me feeling so high. Throw your hands up, let me know that you're alright. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we living, dive into the deep end. We don't need a reason, jumping right into the weekend. And oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live it. This is how we live it. This is how we live it. Oh, I see your soul. Oh, just let it go. Oh, I see your soul. Oh, just let it go. So come on. This is how we live in my, got me feeling so high. Throw your hands up, let me know that you're alright. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we living, dive into the deep end. We don't need a reason, jumping right into the weekend. Oh my, got me feeling so high, just like I'm never coming down. This is how we live it. My, oh my. This is how we live it. My, oh my. This is how we live it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here with me in support of the Pink Ribbon Girls. And thank you, my mix. It's just been an amazing time to just be here and play music again, you know? It's been a long time for me, and I'm super grateful for you all tuning in and being here to support. So I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you next summer out in Columbus or somewhere out on the road. And until that time, remember, stay human, work hard, and be nice to each other. Peace. And remember to vote.